already communicating with Russia independently, the EU as a whole lacks a unified diplomatic strategy. In his view, this situation leaves Europe talking among itself while others take the lead in negotiations. Macron suggested that structured dialogue could prevent Europe from being sidelined in decisions that directly affect its own security. His remarks highlighted a broader concern. The longer the conflict continues, the more fragmented Europe's position becomes, financially, politically, and diplomatically. A history of broken communication. If talks between Macron and Putin do resume, they would build on a fragile history. The two leaders last spoke by phone in July 2025. That call marked their first direct contact since early 2022, when the Ukraine conflict escalated and diplomatic ties sharply deteriorated. Before that, relations between Paris and Moscow had largely stalled, with communication channels either frozen or limited to formal statements. The July call showed that dialogue was still possible, even if trust remained low. Now, with both sides expressing conditional openness, the possibility of renewed engagement appears more realistic than it has in years. For now, no date has been set, and no official format has been announced. French officials say they are still considering the best way forward, suggesting that any move will be carefully calculated. Russia, meanwhile, is waiting to see whether Europe is serious about genuine dialogue rather than symbolic gestures. Moscow has made it clear that talks must have a clear purpose and mutual respect at their core. While a single phone call would not end the conflict, it could signal a shift in how Europe and Russia manage their strained relationship. At a time when military, financial, and political pressures are mounting, even limited communication could help reduce misunderstandings and lower tensions. Whether this moment becomes a true turning point remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that Europe is reassessing its options, and France is positioning itself as a bridge rather than a barrier. As internal EU disagreements grow and traditional strategies lose momentum, diplomacy is once again being discussed, not as a weakness, but as a necessity. The coming days may reveal whether this renewed interest in dialogue leads to real engagement or fades back into cautious statements and missed opportunities. For now, the world is watching to see if Paris and Moscow can turn words into conversation, and conversation into something more.